Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another MMA breakdown of UFC 214. And before we get the video started, I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm going to just tell you, this is before the fights actually happen. Cowboy Donald Cerrone to beat Robbie Lawler. I think that's going to be the fight of the night, is the Robbie Lawler versus Cowboy Donald Cerrone. Those guys just throw down and go crazy. And then in the main event with Jon Jones versus DC fight, that is a weird fight because they've been going back and forth for each other for the last 2 years, and Jon Jones is arguably the best pound-for-pound MMA fighter of all time, up there with the greats like George St. Pierre, BJ Penn, Fedor Emelianenko. This dude is just extremely talented. Then you got a guy who is arguably one of the best of all time in Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is a freaking beast, man. He's a great wrestler. Is the layoff going to be a difference? Is there going to be a difference in the way DC fights in this fight? I don't know. I think it's going to be DC is going to try to close the distance and try to take Jones down and try to stand there and bang. I would want to see DC win. The only reason why, because then he could claim that he is the best pound-for-pound mixed martial artist ever, and he can actually now claim that he is a real champion, because a lot of people say he's a fake champion because he never defeated Jon Jones. Okay. And then in the welterweight division, you have Demian Maia versus Tyron Woodley. I can't see Demian Maia winning this fight. I just can't. I think it would be cool to see Demian Maia win this fight just because he's a pure jiu-jitsu athlete, and that's what he's known for, is being a pure beast on the ground. But it's going to be hard when Tyron Woodley is a big, strong, muscular dude. Yes, people are saying that Tyron Woodley is a smaller athlete, a smaller guy, but he punches like a beast. When you look at people such as Demian Maia, he does not punch like a beast. He doesn't have the best striking in the world. He doesn't have elusive kicks, knees, or elbows. And when you look at Tyron Woodley, he's a guy that can close the distance very quickly, and one punch from him will probably knock Demian Maia out. Demian Maia will probably have to take it into the later rounds. Demian Maia will probably have to get on the ground and somehow try to get it to the grappling and get it to the ground, because Demian Maia, he's a beast. He likes to just pressure, and then he can get on the ground. That's why they say he lands like 30% of his takedowns, is because he'll try 40, 50 takedowns in a fight just so he can get to the guy to the ground. But when you're fighting somebody as elite athlete as Tyron Woodley, and how much of a beast Tyron Woodley is, it's very hard to say you could take Tyron Woodley down if you're not a high-level wrestler. So if Demian Maia cannot take it to the ground, he's going to have a very hard night, a very long night. I don't see him winning, but I don't know, man. It would just be a good thing if he did win and be like, oh shit, pure jiu-jitsu guy actually won. Cris Cyborg, I see it this way. Tanya is a beast in her own right. She's a 135-pound champion in Invicta. She murks fighters. She's very aggressive, in your face. But you see her up against Cris Cyborg. It's like Mike Tyson versus amateur guy, and it's like Mike Tyson comes in here, here's the amateur guy, and here's Mike Tyson, and it's over. Here's the amateur guy, and there's nothing that the guy can do that can hang and bang. Cris Cyborg is a beast. A lot of guys have said this. She's very, very big for her weight class. She's a beast. She could probably fight at 155 if they had a 155-pound women's division, which they probably would never have that, because most women are not 155 pounds. Most women are not that unless they're like fat and out of shape. Cris Cyborg is just like a tank. She's just going in there to rough it up, to win it, and she might even put on the most exciting fight in the night. She might just come out there, but there's 3 title fights on the line. So you have the main event, which is Jon Jones DC. Then you have the co-main event, which is Tyron Woodley versus Demian Maia. And then you have in I guess you would say the third main event would be the Tanya Evinger fight versus Chris Cyborg. And Chris Cyborg is just a complete beast. But the people's main event is actually going to be the Robbie Lawler fight. Because Robbie Lawler does not back down. He does not shy away from competing. He does not shy away from knocking his opponent out. And then you look at the other hand that you have Cowboy Donald Cerrone, who's always in there. Cowboy Donald Cerrone will throw a lot of combos, knees, and elbows. He's great on the ground, but Robbie Lawler is more of an explosive athlete. He's not as great striker, not as great on the feet as Cowboy. Cowboy's more technical, more of a in-your-face kickboxer. He has a great amount of takedowns. He's only lost once in the welterweight division. But Cerrone versus Robbie Lawler, I think Robbie Lawler is going to lose in this fight just by the weigh-ins. He was like you see it in his face, he was not like really hyped up, really excited to be there. I don't know if it was because he has other things he's focusing on. He doesn't have his mind right. But overall, I see Cowboy Donald Cerrone winning this fight. I see Chris Cyborg just dominating that fight. I see the main event going probably Jon Jones, but I'm going for DC. I want to see what DC is able to do in this fight. That's an intriguing fight. And then I cannot see any way for Demian Maia to win, even though I would want him to win. I'm going for Tyron Woodley all day, every day. Hey guys, remember to rate, even if you hate, comment, and subscribe. And that's been another episode of the MMA Breakdown podcast, UFC 214. And then later tonight will be the breakdown of what happened in UFC 214. Best fight card of the year, baby.